Okay, so yesterday in reading, we talked about, let me look, your portal, okay? So today I want to talk about your Google Drive and other things that go along with Google Drive, like Google Docs and Google Slides, okay? So I will go ahead and share. Okay, so this is what you guys will see is when you open up your Chrome or whatever browser you're using. And then if you're on your school laptop or if you're on a school Chromebook, it should have your Google Drive down at the bottom here. But if not, that's all right. I'm going to show you how to go to Google Drive. So you can go by typing in Drive. If you just Google Drive, it'll pop up and you can go ahead and click on Google Drive. Okay, so in your Google Drive, you'll have everything that you've saved here. Okay, so, or any Google Docs or slides that you have used. So any worksheets that we've done. So I have some from last year. Anything like that will be down here. Okay, you can very easily search for things in your Google Drive. So if I wanted to go back and do yesterday's worksheet, if I saw something and I needed to redo it, I can search for modeling, whole numbers. And then because you guys shared all yours with me, I have that. And then I can pull up the worksheet from yesterday if I need to. Okay, does that make sense? So for example, in writing next week, you'll have to be able to find one of your, you'll be doing a writing journal on a Google Doc, so you'll have to be able to find that, okay? So in Google Slides, which I hope you guys are pretty familiar with, since we have been using Google Slides in math. So, right, if you need to zoom in on anything, if you think this is too small, or if it'll just be easier on your eyes, you can either click on the magnifying glass or the arrow next to it. If you click on the magnifying glass and then you try to go into the text box, do you see how it keeps zooming me in? Does everyone see that? Okay, I have to make sure I unclick the zoom button and then I can start typing. But let me, okay. So once I've unclicked the magnifying button, I can then type in here. Does that make sense? Okay. And then you'll have your pages off here to the side of if you have multiple pages to do. If you need to copy something in, file, copy or paste. I think that's it for Google Slides. I'll go ahead and show you Google Docs. So on my computer, because I'm using Chrome, does everyone see these 9 dots right here? Does everyone see that? Okay, so if I click on that, it brings up all of my Google applications because I'm on Google Chrome. So if I click on Docs, it'll take me straight to Google Docs. So any and all of my Google Docs are right here that I've ever opened or used or written in. And then if I want to make a new Google Doc, I can just click this blank one. And then I can start typing. Does everyone see the blue share button in the top right? Right here? Does everyone see that? Right here? Yes, okay. So next week you will start your daily writing journal. Travion, you need to mute yourself.
Oh, sorry.
No, thank you. Okay, so next week when we start our daily writing journal, you will have to share that with me, which is just like in math. When you share the Google Slides, you'll just click share, and then I'll name this practice. And then you'll type in my name, find me Allegra Stanfield, and send it to me. Okay?
Miss Stanfield, I can't
Yes.
write. I can't write.
You can't write where?
I don't know how.
You don't know how to what?
I don't know how to write.
Like on a piece of paper or on Google Docs?
On like a piece of paper.
Like printing your name?
I can write my name, I just can't write words like.
Okay. We will work on that, but can you type in like you've been typing, so can you do that?
Pardon? Can you say it again?
So we're going to be typing because it's virtual and I need to see your work. So are you going to be able to type?
Yeah, I can type simple words like hello or like that.
Awesome. Okay, so that's all that you need to worry about for right now, okay? And we will work on writing on paper.
Can you tell me what to do that you're gonna do on Google Slides?
Yep. So Vaughn, do you remember how we talked about how you're not going to play with things during the live lesson?
Yeah, she does, but.
So Oscar, what's your question about Google Slides?
I didn't see most of it because I was switching around.
Okay, I'll go back to Google Slides.
Because I needed to do something with my headphones because
that's fine.
They were being silent and I needed to turn the Wi-Fi on, so that's what happened.
That's perfectly fine. So I'll go ahead and go over it. So I just talked about if you need to zoom in, you'll click on the magnifying glass and you can zoom in. But then if you keep clicking on the magnifying glass, it'll keep zooming you in. So you have to click the magnifying glass again, and then you can click on the text box.
How do you do that? How do you get on it?
On Google Slides?
Yeah.
So there's one of two ways. You can either type into Google on whichever browser you're using. You can type in Google Slides that way, and it'll take you into Google Slides that way, okay? Or if you are using Google Chrome, do you see these 9 dots right here? So Google Slides is a Google application or a Google app. And then if you click on those 9 dots, it should pop up right here, okay? All right, another thing I want to show you on Google Slides, which I almost forgot to tell you. So some of you, or in some other classes, they were deleting the text box on accident, and then they couldn't type anything. So if you have text boxes left, you can just copy your text box.
Matt, hey,
I'll be right back. You might have to drag it to the right area, and then you have another text box to type in, okay? Travion, do you have a question?
Right back.
Okay, so if you ever accidentally delete a text box, you can either copy one and paste it, but if you accidentally delete all of them, I'm going to show you how to make a text box, okay? So does everyone see this box up here with the T inside of it? Does everyone see that? That box with the T inside of it? Give me a thumbs up if you see that. Awesome.
Do we need to do this worksheet?
This was yesterday's worksheet.
Oh. So we don't have to do it, you're just showing us a rewind of it?
I'm just showing you how to use Google Slides on it more in depth. So if you accidentally delete all the text boxes, that's all right. You can click on that box with the T in it, and then you can draw in your own text box.
Okay.
And then you can start typing in it, okay?
Do you want us to do this, or are you just showing us?
I'm just showing you.
Okay.
All right, so does anyone have any other questions about Google Docs or Google Slides or your Google Drive?
I don't.
You don't? Anyone else have any questions? No, I love that, Paxton. It's giving me a thumbs down. Love that Gabe is doing that too. Awesome. Okay. So that is all I wanted to show you today. I also want to ask you, does anyone have any computer questions that I could answer? Is anyone struggling to do anything on the computer for virtual learning? No?
What's the Epic password?
That is a great question. So I will go ahead and share my screen again, and I will show you where you can find it. Okay.
You should put it on Epic so you can tell us, because last year our teacher did that.
Your teacher did that last year. I'll have to figure that out. Okay, so we're on our Canvas page, right?
Yeah.
Okay, if you scroll down to the bottom, do you see website links?
Yep.
Okay, so if you go right there, it takes you to Epic and it has the class code. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that so you don't have to type it in. Then I'm going to go to Get, and then I clicked right on that Epic button. And I'm going to log in like I'm one of you guys, okay? So right here in the class code, I'll type it in. I'll hit go. And then all of you are right here.
Hey, Miss Dan.
And then on, yes, Nina.
Do we have to just do Epic today or math? Cause I'm stressing out really badly. To like the point, to the point where like I feel like I can't breathe, but I can, and my arms feel tingly.
What are you stressing out about?
Just like, I have no idea. It starts happening when I'm like on the computer.
So if you need to take a break before you do your reading work, you can, okay?
So do we have any assignments for reading today?
Yep, I will show you.
Like Mayan and Lexia.
Am I supposed to be in a group?
But do we have like any
yes,
quizzes
Nina,
or assignments or something?
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and show you, but I'm going to show you this on Epic first. So some of you have been exploring this. Do you all see this, like, this bar right here where it says for you, F&P, comics, read to me, videos, and audiobooks?
Yeah.
If you want to, it'll pop up for the for you, it'll pop up different things that you might like, different books. If you click on comics, it'll take you to all the different comics that they have. And then do you see on some of these comics how it says read to me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you click on those, they'll read to you. So if you click the play
Epic
button,
Originals presents.
It'll read it to you, which I think is super awesome. All right. also up on this bar, do you see this read to me button?
Yeah.
Okay, if you click on that, it'll pull up all the different books that will read to you. And then the videos are any educational videos on here.
I saw
and then there's audiobooks. So it has the audio, but it doesn't have the book. So you'll just listen to it. Okay.
That's 6 hours, it says.
Yep. So if you read every chapter, it's 6 hours. All right. Let me go ahead and show you our work for today, unless anyone has a question about Epic. Does anyone have a question about Epic? No. So some of you asked if Mayan will work. Mayan won't work. You should just only be able to get on Epic. So make sure you just get on Epic from now on, okay?
Okay.
All right, so reading, I'll go ahead and click on it. Here's our small group for today.
For math?
For reading, we're in reading.
Oh.
We're not in math yet. So what's today?
Thursday?
Thursday, so I'm going to scroll down to Thursday, click on it. Okay, by the end of the day, I'll have our lesson and you should be able to click on the camera and it'll take you to the lesson. Before you start your reading, I want you to click on this link and explore it.
Am I in the small group?
Yes, Vaughn, you are. So this is a virtual library. If it doesn't work for you, you can move on. But it has different authors or different genres or categories. So if you want to read a superhero book, you'll click right there and it'll take you to that slide. And it'll have all the different superhero books. So let's say I want to read this bedtime Batman book. And then it'll take me to the link. Let me log in. Maybe not. If it's slow, we'll skip it.
What if it doesn't work?
If it doesn't work, you can just move on, okay?
Okay.
So after you've explored that for a little bit, I want you to get on Lexia for 15 minutes. Now, I looked at Lexia last night, and some of you still have 0 minutes of Lexia. You should have at least.
I haven't even done Epic or Mayan yet, and I have over 10 minutes on Lexia.
Okay, good. I'm just concerned about the people who have 0. You need to make sure you get on Lexia today. You should have at least 30 minutes by now. And then you can get on Epic or read a book for 15 minutes if we have time. And then at 9:40, we'll come back for our read aloud, okay?
9:40?
9:40.
Okay.
All right, does anyone have any questions about their work today before I let you go ahead and do your independent work?
I have no questions.
You have no questions?
Me either.
You either. Okay, so here's what I'm going to ask you to do. If you're not in my small group, which in my small group for reading today is Caitlin, Nino, Vaughn, and Dejay, and Dejay's not on. So the 3 of you, if you'll just hang tight, I will put us in a separate room. Everyone else, you need to make sure you're muted and that when I